Greg Abbott is calling lawmakers back to work. It's June 23, 2025, and these are your headlines. Governor Greg Abbott has announced that a special session of the Texas legislature will begin, mark your calendars, Monday, July 21st, after he signed over 1,100 bills and vetoed 26 others from the regular legislative session. Abbott said that Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, Speaker Dustin Burrows, and the Texas House and Senate worked hard to send critical legislation to his desk. He said the session has seen monumental success, but there is more we can do. Among the items up for reconsideration in the upcoming special session are several bills Abbott vetoed or let pass without his signature that he says he wants to see improved. Those include Senate Bill 3, which he vetoed, regulating consumable THC products. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Senate Bill 648, recording requirements for real estate documents. Senate Bill 1253, water project impact fees. Senate Bill 1278, protections for human trafficking victims. Senate Bill 1758, regulating cement kilns near semiconductor plants. And Senate Bill 2878, judicial branch administration reforms. Now, these are just some of the issues that will be on there. We expect that he'll put bigger ones on in the weeks ahead before we hit that July 21st date. Now, special sessions can only be called by the governor and on issues he chooses and can last up to 30 days at a time. With less than an hour before the midnight deadline last night, Governor Greg Abbott vetoed Senate Bill 3, legislation that would have banned the sale of THC-infused products across Texas. The veto comes after weeks of speculation over the bill's fate, despite overwhelming support in the legislature. SB 3 passed with the backing of 105 of 108 Republicans, law enforcement officials, and families affected by unregulated THC products. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who championed the bill throughout the session, didn't mince words today following the veto. In a blistering press conference, he accused the governor of effectively supporting legalization of recreational marijuana. In his veto statement, Governor Abbott said he agreed with the need to regulate intoxicating THC products, but argued that SB 3 would be dead on arrival in court due to legal vulnerabilities. Instead, Abbott promised to call lawmakers back for the special session to craft a replacement that is, quote, strict, fair, and legally sustainable. He suggested regulating products similar to alcohol, with licensing, restricted sales hours, child-proof packaging, testing requirements, and penalties for violations. Abbott said he looks forward to working with the legislature next month to pass a version of the law that can take effect without delay. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, however, has said he will not pass a bill that legalizes THC.
Do you feel increasingly isolated? Like the world has gone insane and you are part of one small, clear-headed remnant? Let me be the first to tell you, you're not alone. I'm Sarah Gonzalez, and on my new show, Come and Take It, I'm going to call out the crazy so you can be empowered to change Texas and the nation. Overcome the schemes of the left designed to keep Texans paralyzed and silent. Watch or listen to Come and Take It today.
Last up, Governor Greg Abbott vetoed legislation that would have allowed public school teachers to serve on local appraisal review boards, siding with conservative lawmakers who argued the measure created a clear conflict of interest. Senate Bill 974 by Democrat Senator Sarah Eckhart and carried in the House by Democrat Representative Chris Turner was narrowly passed by the legislature but drew significant opposition from Republicans. The bill would have made teachers the only class of government employees allowed to sit on the boards that hear taxpayer protests of property valuations, decisions that directly impact school funding. In his veto proclamation, Abbott made it clear he still had concerns about the potential for bias. The bill had sparked controversy, with 42 House members later signing a letter urging the governor to reject the measure. Critics said it opened the door to undue influence from taxing entities, particularly school districts. Under the bill, teachers would have been allowed to serve on appraisal review boards, while a new provision would have criminalized any attempt by school board members or district staff to influence a teacher who serves in that role. Supporters argued that the criminal penalty provided adequate safeguards, but opponents weren't convinced. And Abbott vetoed, by the way, a similar measure in the previous legislative session in 2023, and despite its revised language, he did so again this year. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.